Coach, since the last time we saw you, last time I saw you, able to get 2 wins back-to-back for your team, just what did you learn about this group over those past 2 games?
Well, I thought we executed a lot better on both ends. I thought we rebounded the ball a lot better, and we hit some shots. I mean, you have to hit some shots. You know, it's one thing to get the shot, but you got to hit some shots, and we were able to hit some.
Now, one of the last times we talked as well, you said your team was, really was starting to put some together, get to where you thought they could be. Obviously, the wins are important, but how critical were those last 2 results in order to see this progress?
Well, it is important. I mean, I could tell in practice that we were doing things better and we were executing better, but it had to carry over to the games, and we were able to do that. So hopefully that they're getting a little bit of confidence right now, and it can continue to carry over.
With confidence, how much does Esmeri have right now after 3 straight double-doubles?
Well, I think I can't see why she would not have confidence. I left her in the last game a little bit more minutes trying to get her conditioning back where it was, and she felt pretty good after the game, so that's good to see because Esmeri, we need Esmeri to play well, and she's starting to play a lot better, and she's starting to get her confidence back and her win back a little bit, so that's big for us.
And with that, Coach, how important is that going to be when you have Nalissa Smith coming in here?
Yeah.
She's got plenty of double-doubles as well. Just what do you think that matchup is going to be like?
Yeah, Smith's a top 5 draft choice in WNBA draft, so it's going to be a great matchup. I worry more about us getting in foul trouble against her, to be honest with you. We just need to stay out of foul trouble, contest shots, box her out. They have they only play 6-7 people, but they're 6-7 pretty good players. They're pretty good players, so we're going to have to stay focused. We're going to have to box people out on the boards, and we got to find their shooters.
Now this year, obviously familiarity with Baylor, but new personnel, new head coach as well. Just how different does this Baylor program look without Coach Mulkey at the helm?
Well, first of the year, it looked a lot different. Excuse me. It really did. It looked a lot different. But now they're going back to pounding it in the paint. And because you have to concentrate so much your defensive efforts on the paint, now they're getting wide open shots on the perimeter, and they're hitting those threes. So Baylor's playing a lot better here lately, and it'll be a really good game tomorrow.
You talk about hitting the threes. I think 3 players shooting over like 50% for them from 3-point range. How big of a challenge is it going to be when you have those multiple players that are such a threat?
They're a tough guard. They're a tough guard because they got some shooters. They have athletes on the perimeter, and they also have the 2, Smith and the other big girl inside. I think her name's Ebo. They have her that's very good too, and she averages double figures also, and is a great rebounder. So we're going to have our hands full. We're just going to have to execute. We're going to have to pay attention to detail on both ends, and then be able to hit some shots. It always comes down, when you're hitting shots, everything works. When you're not hitting shots, and then you're trying to find offense, and that's tough to do.
Now, one of their players, Asbury coach, was at Oklahoma State. What differences does she make with this Baylor team? Just how different does she look since you saw her with a different team last year?
Yeah, she's a very unselfish player, but she also can hit the 3. They bring her off to staggers, and she can penetrate. She can play the point or she can play the 2 guard, and she did that at Oklahoma State. So she's, she was a top player in the conference last year, and she's again one of the top players in the conference at Baylor. So they have really good guards, they have good posts, and it's going to be a tough game.
Now, last one for me, just going back to the rebounding aspect of it with Smith and Martinez. What do you think, what qualities do you have to possess to be a top rebounder in the Big 12 Conference?
Well, your great rebounders anticipate a shot, and they move when the ball's in the air. They don't wait till the ball hits the rim. So they're always moving. They're always trying to get position for a rebound, whether it be defensively or offensively. So, your great rebounders do that. They anticipate a shot, and they start working for positioning, whether it be a defensive rebound or an offensive rebound.